Well, it's day 3 and I'm still alive. Welcome back to my big fat vlog. So here we are. Welcome back to the vlog. Thank you so much for tuning back in. It's day 3, and it's all going all right. If I'm being honest. Yesterday I was a bit low on energy. That was Tuesday. In the morning, I struggled with the getting on the bike a little bit and getting out of bed. But aside from that, it's all been pretty good, I've got to be honest. I need to say massive thanks to everybody who has sent me direct messages and commented, either on Facebook or on YouTube. You see a lot of posts where people, thanks for all the comments, and it's got 5 views, but genuinely, a load of you have been in touch, and yeah, it's really inspiring. Like, sort of, we're all kind of in the same boat, so it would seem. So that's kind of, it's reassuring, and that it's not as personal a problem as you think it is. It's like it's something that obviously a lot more people are going through. So that's kind of nice, and I think there's a lot of reticence from people to say how much they weigh. As I've found out, and now people are sort of coming forward. It's like, well, actually, I weigh this much and I weigh this much, and that's really nice, because it's not a big deal. It's just, like I said, it's science, it's maths, it's just how much of you there is. So that's kind of really, really nice. But yeah, thanks to all of you. There's a few people that have been asking questions, and I'm not really the guy to ask questions to when it comes to stuff like this. At this point, I'm right at the beginning of this journey, and I don't think it'd be very right of me to offer any advice. The only advice that I will offer is, if you haven't done so already, get yourself an app like MyFitnessPal and start tracking what you eat. Just look at it. Every time you eat something through the day, put it in there. And if it's got a barcode on it, the thing that you're eating, you can scan it, and it'll ping it up, and then you can see how many calories it is, and just keep track of what you actually eat. Be really honest with yourself, and just do that through the day, because as soon as you start measuring something like that, it starts improving and it starts changing. And so I think you'll find that just being mindful of what you're actually eating, regardless of counting calories or fat or protein or any of that stuff, just looking at the actual numbers that you're putting away, I think can be really, really helpful. That's something that I find helpful. And I kind of know when in the past, when I've done this, I know when I've been having a bad day, if you will, because I've not gone near it. I've not touched it at all. I've just not, it pops up and says, "You've not logged your lunch." And I'm like, no, that's because it was a Domino's, So that's kind of the thing. And like I say, that's the only advice that I'd really give anybody at this point. I know people have been asking for meal plans and stuff. And it's like, that's, I'll have a chat with Ash at some point and see if she fancies sharing some recipes, but there isn't particularly a fixed plan. I'm very fortunate that Ash is great in the kitchen. She's really, really good at cooking. Like I say, she's been in the food industry. And so the stuff that I'm eating is wonderful. There's like, I think last night was lasagna, and tonight we've got a stir fry. Tomorrow might be a burger. But we're getting probably 3 or 4 meals a day, 3 main meals, and then like a smoothie and a bit of a snack. And the calorie guide that I'm following personally is, it's sort of the average of a couple of calorie guides I've been given by personal trainers in the past, both of whom had different outcomes in mind for the training. So I kind of know, for my weight where I am now, what I need to be looking at calorie wise. But again, I don't need to share that with you because we're all different, So you need to go, and that's something to find out for yourself. Get a PT, or even to begin with, just start counting your own calories using MyFitnessPal and sort of seeing what you've got going on. I had some great advice from Jared, who said, if I'm doing the bike stuff, start using a heart rate monitor. I've actually got a heart rate monitor for my Garmin on the bike, and but I haven't managed to get the Garmin working for the last few days. I only today got the speed sensor, and I found my old heart rate chest strap. So what he was saying was to find out your max heart rate and then train around 70% or up to 70% of that, because that's kind of in your fat burning cardio zone. Now, I don't know if that's right or not. I have no reason to doubt him for 1 minute, because he's probably the fittest one of the fittest guys that I know, and he really knows his onions. Has been running and cycling for longer than I've been on Earth, so I'm perfectly willing to take what Jared said at face value. I had a little look online, and that seems to be about the size of it. Like, you work out your max heart rate, and then you work out your heart rate zones from there. So I think mine's somewhere around 120, works out at my 70% mark. So around that kind of area. I've no idea what my heart rate's been when I've been riding the last few days. Because the heart rate monitor wasn't on, I don't know. So that'll be interesting. The bike's been really hard. I've literally been counting down the seconds to the 30 minutes, like I'm just ready to get off. And I don't know. There's a funny thing with me where I don't like riding my bike without having a speed sensor. I like knowing how fast I'm going. And I know it's irrelevant because I'm not going anywhere, but it's like I'd like to have that form of measurement. I don't know. I imagine if I was a hamster and I was on the wheel, I'd like to see something lighting up and telling me it was moving. I think we're all kind of wired differently with that sort of stuff. So I'm hoping that the next few days are going to be easier on the bike. Now I've got the speedo sorted and I've got the heart rate monitor, so I've got some of that going on. That's going to be cool. I think a really important part of this for me is thanking you a lot for watching and for the really kind comments and for sharing stuff and the support and all of that. It's been massive. It really has. And it kind of like, the yesterday morning when I was thinking about like, I could just sort of feck this off today and not bother doing it. The thought crossed my mind and I'm like, what am I going to tell them? What am I going to tell them on the vlog? You know what I mean? Well, I just had a lie in. It's not going to work, is it? So having somebody to be accountable to, and in this case, having a lot of people to be accountable to is awesome. So I kind of recommend doing that. If you're thinking of doing this, share it with a buddy. Tell somebody what your plans are. And if you're going to get advice, get it from a pro and get them to work out what your numbers are if you want them to do that. Or just start counting your own numbers to begin with and maybe take it from there. So that's it until Sunday. Sunday I get to have a weigh-in the morning, see where I'm up to, and have a bit of a review of the week, and then plan out what's going on for the coming week. That's the plan, anyway. So thanks a million for being here. Really appreciate it. It's tea time, so I'm going to go and get some food in a little bit. But have a good one, and I'll see you on Sunday. Take it easy. Thank you.